love, all for you now, my love, my love, my love, all for you now, my love, my love, my love, all for you now, my love, my love, my love. 'Cause you're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to know. You're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to know. 'Cause pin drop, silence, you make my heart beat out of sync. You're the rhythm it follows, and I don't wanna let go. If you knew what it feels like to watch your heart walk around in front of your eyes, you'd be right where I am when I see you. You're the one, forever's the deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. No, no, you're the one, forever's the deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. 'Cause my, oh my, the kind of guy I'd wanna love me for life. You and I make a song lasting centuries long. Could you be the answer to my wondering whether I'll fall in love? You're the perfect addition to my life's vision. 'Cause you're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. No, 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 you're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. No, no, you're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. No, 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 you're the one, forever's a deep end, and can we just dive in? I can't shake you, I don't want to. Say, my love, all for you now, my love, my love, my love, all for you now, my love, oh love, my love, all for you now, my love, my love, my love, all for you now, my love.
Boys and girls, friends, lovers, everyone in between. Today we've been joined by the lovely Lisa Oddenyo and Sedar Malaki. Yay! Thanks guys for coming to In Mic with Friends.
Thank you for having
I'm
us.
so excited. I'm so happy. Lisa is here. Yay! Lisa,
Sasa.
we've known Fitsana. I was just right into the proposal. Wanted to go. You're in Golden Girls in Rusinga
Guy.
with Kinatrina. Do
And
you
so-
remember?
Hey, no, you were
Golden
the band,
Divas.
the band. Nakupenda malaika. Guy, usiwaitaja hiyo jina tena. My
Singing
father.
with Kina Noel.
Right.
And then One Worship Days. And then Daystar. And then Gafla Bin Vu.
Guy, imagine.
Berkeley.
Here we are.
Girl.
We right here.
How was that? Like, how was the transition? And yeah.
Wow. I don't even know how to fully, I guess, encapsulate it in words because they're all such different stages of my life. But I guess I'd say Rusinga is where my roots start, I guess, outside of my family, you know? Because that's where now, you're leading worship for assembly. And then the stages, small stages, acoustic worship. And other things like playing with Kinakato and Noel and working on my kind of music, you know? That was like, man, and doing plays at July at Bapo. Shout out to Baptist. Like, what? Y'all did something for us, because I feel like there are not so many places that do that now. And it's like, oh, go to a music class, go see things like that. But there, it came organically, right? So it was all so strange because it's just what I love to do. And then also, I love people, even though I'm like an INFJ. So I love people, then I'm like, okay, I had enough, thank you so much. Yeah. So exactly. Next time. So being in all those forums taught me a lot about how you care for other people, not just with what you do. So it's become such a large part of who I am, even outside of the music, because like if you tell me someone's mistreating you, I'll be like, who is their mother? Who taught them? I'm sure they did not get raised like this, So moving through each and every one of those transitions, I guess the biggest lesson I've learned outside of, be an excellent musician and all that is care about the people who are there with you at whatever stage. And don't forget, like even the ones who might be at home, because you never know who will be the person who gives you that job later, or you never know who will be the person who's your link to the next place you're going or the next thing you're doing, Like when I lived in Los Angeles, my housemate was the person who got me a gig in China, like a few months later. Oops. A few months later. And that was like super shocking because everyone was like, how did you get that gig? What did you do? And I'm like, no, it was a friendship that opened up that door. And I'm so grateful because it was over meals. Even friendships like with Sedar and I were in the same primary school. And that's what makes us such good friends because kutoka huko and even now, how many years later, we're still doing music together. So relationship.
It's important.
Completely. Even this, the way you've touched how far back, And even one was 2013, 2012. Here we are 7 years later, guys. Cherish the people around you. At least be good to them.
So what has been the greatest lesson that you learned from Berkeley?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My late teacher, his name was Armstead Christian, he taught us to not close our eyes. Everyone would say, just open your eyes, people want to see you and see you. No. But he taught us something. He's like, your audience is like your guests, Your stage is like your living room. People come to experience you. So welcome them like you. It's that personal experience. That's what music is, And it really never stuck with me until after he passed away, because he's like, you'll never get back that moment that you share with any audience. Never. No matter what country you go to, what city you go to, it'll always be different, And he said, when you bring people into your living room, it's a personal space. You share things with them, you don't share with everyone else, And remember again, because they're guests, they can leave. But in that moment, be there with all your heart and experience them as well, share it with them. So even though you see me closing my eyes, I'll be like, when I hear people singing along for me, man, there's something it does, because it's like, it's not just my story anymore. We're all here. And even if you're coming to listen to me, there's something about hearing voices or sing with you, or not just the celebration part. It's like, this is our moment, not just mine. So that was
talking about
lesson.
audiences. Which one has been your favorite?
Wow.
And why?
I think one of my favorites was when I was graduating, my family got to come over. And it was a meeting of my two worlds. So even when I came to college in Boston, I was by myself. No, let's go hold her hand. No. And so at graduation, having my dad, it was his first time in the States, and having my family there, and then them meeting the family now at Berkeley, the people who literally, one of my friends, the second or third day that I got to Berkeley, she's the one who came and said, hey, you're Africans. just come quickly. And who we've been, exactly. To who now are now like my family, who even come to Kenya. And the worlds collided, and seeing my boss then, and singing, we were singing Daylight. And she was like, we were all crying together. We're like, hey, we've made it. That, I think nothing, even hearing my dad sing along, man, like fighting jet lag, but there's nothing that can take that away from me, because it's like, for real, that's what the Lord has brought us. When I was telling them, hey, even I don't know how it's going to go. Let's see. And now they're like, now we're witnessing it with our own eyes. And your friends who have been there with you, and we're like, we made it, guys. Like, it's, nothing can take this away, Even if graduation is now how many years, now it's like, we'll always remember that moment. So for me, that was Yeah.
The absolute best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here at In Make, we love challenges.
Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this to me?
So we'll start with Sedar.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a song in here.
God.
You'll pick one. Then I'll tell you the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Itakuwa wewe.
Am I meant to read it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, man. Hey.
You don't know the song. It's fine. You can pick another
I
one.
think he knows it. You don't know it. Can I see it? I can't see. Okay.
No.
Mom said no.
Absolutely not.
Sorry.
I feel like Lisa should do this challenge.
Sedar, it's you.
Hey.
Another one.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's a good one.
Oh, okay.
It's
Read it out.
Which one is it?
Jim Watt, under 18.
I love it. So about
So the challenge is to create a soulful rendition of that song.
Hey, I'm sweating.
Do you want help? Tatengeneza kifunguo.
Tutafute ufunguo.
Ufunguo. I see you. Okay.
Kumbe ni under 18.
Okay. You ready? I sing. Oh dear. Hey, kumbe ni under 18. Sijui itakuwaje. Hey, kumbe ni under 18. Hey, vile napewa maje. Hey, kumbe ni under 18. Sijui itakuwaje. Oh, hey, kumbe ni under 18.
Wow.
Jim Watt.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Sasa wewe utacheza nini?
Pressure ya nini?
Father, help us, please.
If you don't know it, it's fine.
I know the
Okay, see.
this. You know that one when you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take
Sika
another
hiyo.
one.
Father, nani aliju? How did this? Ni kama ni wewe. We need to talk. You're bad. Wow, this is fun. Let's talk about this.
What's the song?
Yeah, this is Kuna Dawa by Esther Muhammad. That's perfect.
Okay.
There is a medicine.
The challenge is still the same.
Yeah. Yeah. How smooth did you have to go? No. Give me a new one. More smooth. Give me more smooth. She said soulful.
Soulful.
Yeah.
Soulful.
Hey.
In fact, pick the key just a bit lower. And the
Lower.
Yeah.
Give us a C.
Yeah.
Can I get a C?
Go ahead. Kuna dawa, kuna dawa. Oh, kuna dawa, kuna dawa. Hallelujah, kuna dawa, kuna dawa. Kuna dawa, kuna dawa. Yeah,
Tangazia mataifa. Hallelujah.
It's the wrong crowd. We will go. Itakuwa crusade. Where?
Take us now, 'cause we will
Introduce
go.
to us your next song and what it is about.
Oh,
Yeah.
This should be fun. Special request from someone in my crew. I'll see you. This song is called Daylight. This was my first single out last year. I've actually been singing it for a few years. Secret out. But this song for me, it's basically the story of how I correlate sunshine and hope. Because there's something about the newness of the dawn. Every day you don't realize how lucky you are to open your eyes, to breathe in, to keep going. And it could not be more true than in this period. And for me, as a child, and even being in Boston, when it would be pitch black, at 4 p.m. and I'd be like, yo, I need some sun. Even my melanin skin needs some sunshine, and I'd always look forward to when the morning would come. And so it became the metaphor for my life, may this hope always permeate, like, every time I wake up, may I remember this is the hope of a new beginning. This is the hope of a new day, you know? Yeah. So yeah, this is Daylight. I'm peeking out my window and I stare as the stars glow and it rises triumphantly. It's singing songs of joy. It's playing my heartstrings away, healing my body with its rays of forgiveness. And now I'm hungry for possibility. When it breaks out, and when it wakes me up, sunshine. When it comes by daylight, morning come and whisk me away. Let me dance on the clouds, even if just for a day. Let me ride the dawn and drift away in your presence. Wait for it, just to know a taste of what it means to love, the beginning and the end. And the light of day, it carries me away again, again and again, again, again. When it breaks out, when it breaks out, when it wakes me, when it wakes me up, when it wakes me up, it breathes into my lungs. I love the sunshine when it comes by daylight, when it wakes me, when it breaks out, when it wakes me up, when it wakes me up, it breathes into my lungs. I love the sunshine, oh, when it comes by daylight. Now, Amzi, I'm going to rope you in. Okay. This part is really easy, because I know you've come to my gig before. I know you know this part. Here we go. So repeat after me. Daylight, 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 daylight. Oh, daylight, daylight. Yeah. Oh, daylight, daylight. Oh, say daylight, daylight. Oh, daylight, daylight. Oh, daylight, daylight. One more time. Oh, daylight, daylight. Here we go. Daylight, day. When the morning comes and the sun rises. Oh, daylight. Oh, when daylight comes just for me. When it comes by daylight, when it breaks out, and when it wakes me up, when it wakes me up, he breathes into my lungs, and I the sunshine. Oh, when it comes by daylight.
Lisa. That's all I can say. We're gonna play a game, another game,
Okay.
song association.
Oui,
Yeah? Yeah? You'll do it as a
we'll do our best.
team.
Yes. I'll do my best.
Yo. Okay, guys. Your
Frenchie.
first song,
Yo.
your first word, Ju.
Oh. Mayonde. Chini kwa chini, juu kwa juu. I don't know the next line after that. Chini kwa chini, juu kwa juu. I remember that. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Got you.
Your second word is Wimbo.
Oh, this should be fun. Come on. I help you.
There was this song by Sema.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Very good.
Sorry, I can't sing.
You okay?
Let a wimbo.
Bring the music on.
That was a good song.
Oh, way, oh, way.
Sema, wherever you are, please come back to us.
Missing them. I feel like you're having a Kevin moment. Bring the music on.
Your third word, Moja.
Moja. Father. Nafasi yote moyoni nimeshaipa kwa Yesu, ni namba moja.
Yes.
Moja, moja, moja. Say nafasi yote moyoni nimeshaipa kwa Yesu, ni namba moja. Yes, moja. Hey, moja. Amen. I was about to go. Nisha teme. Ready? I love that song though.
Your fourth word, Haraka.
Haha. I see you. I see you. Okay. Ako, can you help me?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Here's our cue for the word. Okay. Mos, 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 pole, pole, mos, mos, twazienda mos, mos, haraka, haraka, haina baraka, mos, 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 pole, pole, mos, mos, twazienda mos, mos, haraka, haraka, haina baraka.
And your final word, Pesa.
Bwana nipe pesa.
I'm doing the twist for you.
Yes. Is there an artist you'd say that has influenced your music career?
Wow. He looks like he's about to answer. Can I just...
So, okay.
It's, I think, especially early on, it was India Ari. Just because, like, I'd grown up on various styles of music, like, two like opposite ends. You have my dad who's like old school, and then my mom would have ABBA and Handel's Messiah, and then also Franco, which is a disc of like 10 minutes for one song. So, but then now when my siblings started getting more of their own music, the first like album I heard was, I guess, Acoustic Soul, and then Voyage to India. And I listened to Voyage to India over and over. I remember this even a time Sedar and I did get it together at a talent show in school, I think, like years ago. And people knew that song because of the movie Brown Sugar, which is one of my favorites. So she definitely, especially because her message is so honest, her first song video was like, she was saying literally, I'm not your average girl from the video. My worth is not determined by the price of my clothes. But no matter what I'm always wearing, I'll always be India Ari. And she tells the story of how when she went to A&R, they're like, I don't know if they'll take you the way you are. And she was like, look, this is all I got, you know? So that was a challenge to me, because I'm like, man, if it feels like I have to change who I am as such, there's something wrong. It's the same way if you take away all the hubbub going on in a song and you put the singer there with their piano or whatever, would you still like the song the same way? Or is it just the bells and whistles that make it what it is, So she definitely made me consider, maybe just being yourself might be enough. And even as you grow and change, maybe people might be to that person, but you're still being authentic to yourself and the things that I guess you stand on. So, yeah.
Okay. What's the worst advice you've ever received? Okay, that's deep, Lisa.
Yeah, I said trigger.
Yeah,
even if you said
That's deep.
I said, hold on. I said, just give me a second. I can't clear my throat. No, I know people say this a lot in the industry, just like say yes to every gig. No.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, yo, you don't know what it might cost you. Sure, if you are looking for work, try and get the things that don't make you compromise your character. Please. Because no matter where you go, you take that with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's a guy called Hayden Christensen. He's a teacher and he wrote in Harvard Business Review. And he has an article where he talks about how you'd rather be yourself 100% of the time than be 99%. Because that 1% you trade off every time leads to that 100% of you. And he talks about how even these people who have been busted and everyone's like, oh my God, it's an outrage. It's like, but it didn't start at that big thing. It started with 1%. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, if you're saying yes to something, you might not be able to forecast what it might think, but know that if you have that thing where it's making you go, I can do it for the money, but, and my teacher also had a triangle where it's like there's happiness, music, and money. You have to have at least two parts of that triangle. If you can't have all three, but if you have all three, that's great. But if it means you have to do happiness and music, fine. If it's happiness and money, fine. If it's music and money, fine. But as long as you have two, that 1% rule especially hit me because I'm like, there's so many things you can end up compromising and thinking like, no, I'm fine. Then later, because even all these amazing artists, you see where their lives went. They were great and phenomenal, but I'm like, what happened to the person? We stopped caring about the person and you're just a human. But they're giving up so much for you, putting themselves out there, practicing rehearsals for 8 hours, touring for 6 months. And then you're like, they do one thing that you've not been seeing before, but now it's come to limelight and you bash. And it's like, no, they've not always been like this, that 1% trade-off is real. So, yeah.
Okay. In the industry, as a girlie, are there any challenges that you've experienced? Yeah. And what would you change about that?
Sometimes I guess it's the perception. Sometimes it can be of women. Like, for example, in my work, sometimes someone won't expect that I understand mixing or things like that. That's easy. Or like it's a degree. Or like maybe in a lot of environments, they're not, in Kenya at least, there are not too many women music directors. Or who play a more prominent role instead of just being a BV or the person who's singing, So it would be cool if that would be a lot different. Or even arrangers. Like, there are people who can do this stuff. It's just that sometimes you also get used to the status quo. So you're just like, Nani, still do it. Go ahead. But what if you're the one who's asked to do it? It'll freak you out, but can you actually take it? You know how to do it. You have the skills. So why don't you stand up and do it? Yeah.
Okay. Wow. We're going to move to a game, Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
We're still doing it together or separate?
We're together.
Okay. So you know how to play the game?
Yeah, Kobisa.
Hey, we got into trouble because of this game.
But they are mask.
Excuse me, I'm wasting time.
I know the thing is, I know the teacher is referencing.
Dude, it's animals, bro.
Right, we ain't hurt nobody. Listen.
What's the problem with the giraffe?
Right.
I'll tell you start, then you know the drill.
Yes,
Stop.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay, remind me its name.
Start.
Animal.
I'll tell you the category.
Good. Fantastic.
I got
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much.
Start.
Oh, go ahead. Go again, please.
Start. Stop.
R. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
Name of a person.
Rachel.
county in Nairobi, in Kenya?
Waka. It's not a country, but I've thought of somewhere. So it's a place in Kenya. Let's just use that.
Wow.
Good, be kind. Hey. Okay? You name a county with R, okay?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Singer.
With R. Whoa. Give me a second. Don't even. Are you about to say him? Who?
Wait, were we doing this?
Yes, we are.
Oh, Richie Spice.
Well done. I was like, please don't say R. Kelly. This is not the place.
Car.
Yeah. You know. Car starting with R.
Where's it gone?
It's just, Renault.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Renault.
Food.
See, but his friend starts on F before rice.
Okay. Animal.
I must say.
Salabit.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
So the challenge is to create a song with those.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember all of them?
We have Rachel.
County, Ruaka.
Stop saying county. Place in Nairobi.
Place.
Thank you.
Excuse me, guys.
It was
It's not me who said
CCP.
Ruaka. Just in case.
Country, place. I will change it. Can we change it? Not in Kenya. Please. I'm going to say Rwanda. Thank you.
No, we are with Ruaka.
Forget it. You going to get Rwanda up in here. Okay?
Rachel from Ruaka.
Rwanda. Thank you.
Singer. Who
Oh,
did
Richie Spice.
Richie
Oh,
Spice?
You see, now we'll look at the
Car.
second. Thank you. Renault.
Yeah. Food.
Rice.
Animal is a labby.
It's a love it.
Salabit.
Take it away. Take
Okay.
it away.
Take it away,
I have to figure
DJ.
out lyrics. Jehovah. Utanikubucha. Can I even write it down, please?
Okay.
Okay. Just play. We'll figure it out. Said the first two were Rachel. Rwaka Rwanda. And then she drives a Renault. Okay.
Singer.
This is good. This is good. We might use this. Okay. Met a girl named Rachel, and she lived in a little town called Ruaka or Rwanda. She used to drive a little old car. It's from France, and that's pretty far. It was called a Renault. What's the next two? Hey, she liked a little bit of Jamaica. Her favorite artist was Richie Spice. Woo! What's the last one? I can't remember, but I know. Yes, I know she used to love some animals, but her favorite was her little pet rabbit called Roy.
Hey.
Wow, good job,
Yeah.
guys. And so success means different things to different people. For you as an artist, how do you measure success?
Yo,
Yeah.
what a time.
What a question.
Can we tag team?
I agree.
Wow. I think for me, success has to do with legacy. Because again, that 1% trade-off thing for me changed the way I think about stuff. I mean, there's a lot of the music I put out here. It tells a lot of my story or etc. But what decisions am I making even within my music and the way I do it and who I work with that are supposed to create a precedent even as I get older? Because like, was it Maya Angelou who said like people remember how you make them feel? So that even when I'm going, it's not just for, me saying what, it's like, no, this person set a precedent in music, like not just for being an excellent musician, but she treated people this way. And then also when her music went, people felt that thing. Whether they liked it or not, it's like, okay, there's something different. It just doesn't mean numbers for me. And also because I'm an empath, I'm just like, that's why I feel like some of the greatest moments have been when I'm hearing everyone sing with me, because I'm like, yo, even this song that I wrote here in my bedroom, you get it, because music is a language. And even if I'm not speaking necessarily the same tongue as you, you'll know that feeling, If something is a bop, it's going to be a bop, whether it's in English, Swahili or whatever, And that's something that we agree with. So, yeah, legacy, whether in terms of actual, like recording legacy, all those things, but just reach.
Yeah.
And how did you touch people? Yeah.
For you, according to that measurement, who would you consider a successful artist?
Wow.
Yeah.
I like to say, I know these guys are my friends, but I think for what they're doing, men also, that's something that they're doing. People come for that experience because they're telling you stories about their lives. They're singing songs which are about their lives, and it's not one of those gigs where like take on a share. It's not like for smoothness like that. It's for like, this is who we are. I like to think also, and that's in Kenya. It's true. Because some people just be here, hey, we come, right, exactly. And the thing is, I'm like, look, it's ratchet out here these days, okay? But like, I think them that are doing that. Also, my sis, Jockey, yeah, like, look, it's deep when you know your friend's leagues by heart. Yeah, there are many people I can say, but also there's a friend of mine in the States called Rachel Gonzalez. Let me tell you, I'm shamelessly plugging. She has a song called Something Right. Where? Yeah, Wimbo. Give it. Everyone who listens to it, we just say, hey, Rachel.
So.
Yeah, so there are quite a few. Tim Reynolds, Clinky. Yeah, there are people who I'm just like, hey, even if people might not hear, they don't know the lyrics, But if you went and saw, it'd be like, ni maisha gani? What have you lived? What have you experienced? What love is this? Yeah, so, yeah.
What would you want your music to achieve?
Wow. Interesting enough, we had this conversation a few days ago. And again, it goes back to that reach thing. Like, I want it to go. As a musician, your music is built for connection. Like, literally. Even if it's in your room, when you hear someone else like, wow, that's a nice song, you're like, oh, it's going somewhere. I mean, you're my friend, but like, so like, I want it to go places. I want it to go places that who may have never even experienced a Kenyan singer, who might not even know my language. Like, there's some people who ask me, what language is that? And I said, how do I even start to explain to you? Because you'll probably think it's English or Swahili, But it's fun because that's how you learn about people. Like, some people might not know where Kenya is on the map, but they'll hear me and they'll be like, okay, let's start looking for more people who in this country. Who are these people? Like, I recently did a gig for these guys called Listen to NY. And it was for something called the Hip Hop Film Festival. And they had been in South Africa. And they're like, do you know other Kenyan artists? And now he's like, I'm having trouble because my artist roster is full of Kenyans, And I'm like, man, that's amazing. Because it's not supposed to be for me alone, It's like, someone told me, you stand on the shoulders of those who go ahead of you. And even then, I'm like, it doesn't hurt me to cheer someone else on. It never does. Whether it's in suggesting you in an email or whether it's in putting your song up that I'm listening to. Yeah, so, yeah.
Thank you so much, Lisa and Sedar, for coming. What should we look out for?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a pressure. I think it's going to be an interesting year. Because there are some things. We have been in the kitchen. The excitement. People give me pressure. Listen to me. Give pressure. Album. What if I don't want
Lisa, we want an
Sedar,
album.
Sedar, listen. Skiza. Umekuja na nani hapa? Wait. He said, let me just tuck myself in. No, yeah. Trying to do a bit more music. Okay. And yeah, hopefully, let's see if this year gives birth to a project, because I think there's a lot of music that is there. And then, as musicians, sometimes you get clogged and you're like, I can't write anything. Wacha to like, even last year, when it became, from one single, it became G5 with the awesome guys. So now I'm like, okay, I mean, why not? So, pray about it.
I will.
So the Holy Spirit tell you. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please subscribe. You can follow Lisa. You can follow Sedar. Their social handles are right there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, shalom.
Now, if you've been watching In Mic before, you know this song. I wrote it with my homie G, Newman, and this is Kidogo.
Shout out Newman.
Yes. Pole, 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 pole. You cracked these walls with your love. sends me off the edge. It sends me off the edge. And I'll surrender my daggers to a love whose eyes hold me close and tenderly, tenderly. So nipende kidogo kidogo, so you know just how hollow I am. I am. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you don't break with me like I have before on this path. Nipende kidogo kidogo. Pole, 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 da da da, tenamos, mondani si chunya, 'cause there lies the treasure of my secrets. And let the world come alive when you look into my eyes, and for once you don't see my brokenness. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you know just how shallow I am. I am. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you don't break with me like I have before on this path. Nipende, nipende kidogo kidogo, so you know just how hollow I am. I am. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you don't break with me like I have before on this path. Depende, take it away, Mr. Malaki. So you know just how hollow I am. I am. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you don't break with me like I have before on this path. Before on this path. Nipende kidogo kidogo, so you know just how hollow I am. So you don't break with me like I have before on this path. Nipende, you know this part. Te damos, amos, amos, amos. Pole, pole, amos, amos. Traziendamos, amos. Haraka, raka, haina. Te damos, amos, amos, amos. Pole, pole, amos, amos. Traziendamos, amos. Haraka, haina, baraka, mos, 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 mos. Oh, pole, pole, mos, mos. Haraka, haina, baraka, mos, mos. Mos, mos, pole, pole, mos, mos. Traziendamos, mos. Haraka, raka, haina, baraka.